Hello, my fellow Americans and international friends, and welcome back into the Cal Report. Today is July 15th, 2023. So, as expected, sidewalk vending has become a big problem across the whole state of California, thanks to our state legislature and the governor with the passing of SB 972 last year. It also has become a huge burden, as expected, to your brick and mortar establishments. And in the city of Orange, it's become so aggravating that the city council voted to impound items related to sidewalk vending. So let's take you to that particular agenda item where the Orange City Council and Supervisor Perez from Code Enforcement had this discussion.
Since the implementation of the program, we have distributed and contacted over 60 sidewalk vendors throughout the city. We've put the information in English and Spanish. We've provided some hyperlinks so that they have easy access to their from their phone to our website, which has information about the licensing and permitting process, the various agencies that they would need to contact in order to facilitate obtaining a sidewalk vending permit. To date, zero applications have been received by this office.
When the governor's coming out and calling these people minipreneurs, they're not minipreneurs, they're working for somebody. Is that correct?
That's correct.
For somebody to lose 800 pounds of meat a night and wake up the next morning and be restocked entirely like it never happened. And you keep impounding the same people?
In some cases, yes, about three times for some of them.
How do we identify them? Because they don't have permits, because they don't want to be legal vendors.
Right, so when it would be towards the individual who engaged in the unlawful behavior that would be made a misdemeanor. So even if they don't have any identification on them as part of an arrest, the police department would do a booking just like they in any other type of misdemeanor crime, and that's what this would be as a misdemeanor.
Because they're illegal vendors, they don't have an identification. They're not wearing a badge. Like if they were permitted, they would have a badge, and they would be a legal vendor. You would know this is the person's name, and I'm concerned about that. I don't expect you to have an answer. I just feel like, we keep building on this ordinance, and I'm 100% for this. But I think we need to start thinking, logically, because we have obviously a governor and a legislature that doesn't care. They put this on us and they said we have to do it. So we are dealing with this the best we can, and all our sister cities are dealing with it as well. I just want us to be cognizant of the fact, and I don't know, Mayor, if it's something that we can discuss with our state legislators, who, by the way, 3 of the 4 of them that represent Orange voted for this to be legal. They placed this on us. They voted for this. So I need people here and at home to understand, this is from your state legislators who you have voted for. They have said, this is, not only do we approve this, we encourage it. And we're dealing with burnt oil being down our sewers. We're dealing with unhealthy food being served because these people don't want to be legal vendors.
Because of the way they set these things up, it creates just hell on the street with making turns. Half the time you can't see anything. I know I've sent you pictures personally where a gentleman was pouring, I can't say it's bleach, but it was pouring a chemical onto the sidewalks and then scooting it into the storm drains, which I actually, at the sanitation district where I serve, I'm actually now trying to figure out a way that we have an on-call guy for enforcement in the middle of the night, because they didn't have it. I didn't know that until just recently. Did we set a, on the equipment we do impound, is there a set time period of a minimum hold? So that way they can't show up the next day and say, I want my carts back, that we mandate that we have a certain hold time. And on top of it, like a vehicle impounding, we're charging them for it, for the storage. Is that, I don't know if it was in there, I didn't spot it.
Yes, so in the proposed ordinance, certainly if it's an impoundment under the authority of the health department, there's a 30-day hold that they institute, including a process for recovering those items. Under our proposed ordinance, it incorporates not only the impoundment under the health department, but also under our police powers to be able to impound it and hold it for 60 days. And they would have to pay a fee to get their items back, but it's subject to an appeal and certainly to a public hearing.
I think what's going on the streets on both section agenda item 8.1 and 8.2 is utter disgrace. I know that's shared by a lot of my friends. That said, some of my friends are more sympathetic, but to expand on what Councilman Dimitri pointed out, it's organized, and I'm going to go one further on that. It's organized crime. I'm suggesting that we keep developing these ordinances, and I'm not an attorney, but my suggestion is go after the vehicles. They can't bring the stuff there in the first place if they don't have the vehicles to do it. And make no mistake, this is a business behind this. They have commercial trucks, commercial grills, and if nothing else, the city's missing out on a huge amount of tax revenue, because I can assure you the person on Chapman and Esplanade probably making $5,000 a night. So, and that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
That is approved 6-0. All right.
Whatever city you're living in California, I encourage you all to get involved locally and start going to your city council meetings to urge your council members to do what Orange just did with street vendors. Local control, baby. That's where it's at. That's it for today. Really appreciate you guys watching my video. As always, be sure to hit that like button or that plus sign. Leave a comment, or please subscribe to the channel. Always appreciate it, guys. That's what's going on in California. Hey, God bless, take care, and I'll see you all next time.